Hi everybody. Happy Monday. It happened. We made it. Oh hey. Hey Jewelry Edition. In here. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm turning you up. I hope I can hear you. There we go. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, like all loud and stuff. Hi everybody. What's up?
Hey, Tanya.
What's up? How are you doing? What's okay? A
Oh, holler. Nice. Those look good. Understated. Catches the light. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for representing.
like okay, right? Okay. Love. I do. I totally appreciate wearing. Feels great. Looks nice. Like lightweight for how big they are too. They're like thinner,
Mm-hmm.
and these are sterling and patinaed, and ooh, they feel nice.
Yay. And the more you touch them, the more the eyes will shine.
Oh yeah. Okay, they'll like shine up. Okay, cool. Wait, so tell me where you are. What's been going on? It's been a while since we've been here.
Uh,
I'm
yeah, we had
super
a little bit of a
excited. A lot to go
hiatus.
talk about.
Yeah, we took a hiatus. So much going on in the world. It was kind of
We
hard to.
actually checked in throughout this because we've done a bunch of raffles.
Yes. Yeah, we did two really successful raffles.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just did a talk with. So Jewelry Edition right now is up at the Baltimore Jewelry Center. And we
Yes.
did a talk with them via Zoom the other night. I mentioned you a lot, but also I mentioned our committee that you and Tanya and Tara and Ashley are on to help us, with the next iteration of Jewelry Edition and all of our initiatives and whatnot. But some of those were the two raffles that we did. And I think the first one we raised $2,100 for Crafting the Future. And then the second one we split between several organizations. I think we raised a little over 1,200. And that split between many organizations. So that was really awesome. I think we're going to try to do that quarterly. So that'll be great.
That's
Yeah.
a big endeavor. It was
So my setup, I want to apologize that my setup is not the same as it normally is because
What's your news? What's your update?
Well, everything's packed up right now. I'm like about to put everything in the moving truck to move my studio and everything to Asheville. And so my lights and everything are all packed up, and we rescheduled this before I had a chance to undo it. So I'm working with what I've got, but I'm going to hold like Jillian's work up close to the camera so you can see.
Ooh, get right into it. Show me some work.
Yeah.
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking with Jillian Moore. I'm excited for you to talk to her, Megan. You guys are going to get on great. She's
we know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we have most of her work is over at Baltimore Jewelry Center, but we do have some things on reserve with us still that are still available on our website. And then also Jillian has a lot of things on her website too. So if anybody gets excited about this work, definitely check out those three places because there's plenty of it to go around.
Okay, explain really quick, before we get into Jillian's work, really quick update on Baltimore Jewelry Center.
Yes.
How long for, is there also an archive of the Zoom you did on Friday so people can maybe check it out?
We are getting a recording of the Zoom, and
Cool.
I'm going to figure out how we can share that because it's a Google Drive file, and we didn't record it. It was recorded through them. So if I can share it, why don't we do this? If anybody's interested, DM me, and I'll get to you first, and then we'll figure out how to share it on a more public situation. But yeah, that was fun. Because we walked around the whole gallery and talked about each person's work and talked about the history of Jewelry Edition and all of that. And it was a lot of fun. And we'll be at the Baltimore Jewelry Center until mid-October, I think October 17th. Okay. And then we'll go to Ombre Gallery in Cincinnati, Ohio. So that'll be great with Jennifer Schaefer's space there.
second. Okay, are you planning a? Okay, multiple questions. How is it doing a virtual like opening?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then are you anticipating doing something similar with Ombre Gallery or mix of jewelry?
Definitely. We're in conversation right now with Jenna about what we might do. We definitely want to get the artist involved to talk about their work, because Kat and I can go on and on and on, obviously, about everybody's work. But it is nice to hear from the artists themselves. So we're trying to figure out with Ombre how we might do something like that, and maybe it could tie in with New York Jewelry Week. We aren't sure. She did something last year, so she's thinking about maybe doing something this year. We don't know. That's all still very vague at the moment. But, whatever we can do, we will do for sure. Because I think the more you can, share it, the better it is
Yeah,
for everybody. The opening at Baltimore Jewelry Center, I think, went really well. It was really cool to do. We did an Instagram Live, and we kind of walked the exhibition. And we also did the Zoom, which we did a little presentation for, and people were able to kind of join that and hear about each artist and also how the project got started. So that was cool. I think it's all really, really, really fun to share. I mean, we've all been stuck in our studios and homes for months on end, and so it's just kind of fun to be able to connect this way.
yeah.
Even with all the craziness happening, it is nice to touch base with people and just continue to share what we're doing. It's fun. Yeah.
It is good. It's nice to see work. Let's like dive. Okay, now I'm right. Like, can we see some of Jillian's work? What are we?
Yeah. So Jillian, we have a pretty big collection of her work. Jillian, has been a jeweler for a long time, and then she also works in small scale sculpture, and she's been doing a lot more of the sculptural works lately. If you follow her on Instagram, you'll see a lot of that stuff in progress. And we're really lucky because we have two of her larger sculptural pieces, one of which is this one, which Jillian is a master of materials. She works a lot with resin, and she builds a variety of materials together to create these really ambiguous kind of animal,
I love that.
mineral, vegetable type pieces that are just kind of thought-provoking in their own way. They're also really light, and it's a brooch technically, I suppose you could wear it, but it also has a wall mount, so you could put that in a spot on the wall. But she also, I really think her signature, I always like to, with artists, I tend to always look for whatever their signature thing is,
I agree with you, and I
you
posted
know?
about this.
So Megan Patrice Riley, your thing is like you do these necklaces that are that's like your signature format.
Got you. Like you have a thing that you like focus on. You like, I am not
right, and you dial in on it. And
yeah.
I think Jillian, for me, my observation is that it's these rings.
That's
and I have one in my collection. I'm looking for my second one right now. I'm just waiting for it, And
I'm not pink and red.
yeah, they're really great. And I've said it multiple times. I'll say it again. You can wear them as pendants. Like you don't have to wear it as a ring. You can rock it, with some layered things.
I like this little update. Yeah, show us some rings. Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So
the middle, is that kind of like a dark orange or hot pink?
It's a pink. I'm so sorry that my lighting is a little off, but it's like a hot pink and a teal.
Yeah, it feels like a ring pop.
Yeah. Oh my God, totally. And there's a blue one that's really, really cool. I love this one. They're like candy. I just can't get enough of these.
Like heat it up. Okay. Ooh,
so I've only got 3 of the rings with me. The rest of them are at the Baltimore Jewelry Center, which are online, and they're all available for sale. And then we do have these on our website.
Okay, so they're double posted, so everyone can find everything everywhere and buy wherever.
Yes, you can go to Jewelry Edition. You can look at what we've got. You can also pop on over to Jillian's website, see what she's got. She's got a ton of stuff on there, and then Baltimore Jewelry Center, tons of stuff. So there's lots of jewelry to go around, gotta say. And it's never been a better time to buy from your local jeweler. Right? I love this piece. This is on our poster. It's a little pin. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I
Like
wish.
the colors on this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really nice little piece.
That's like maybe how big do you think? Like an inch and a half?
Yeah, it's about 2 inches. Yeah.
Which is like perfect little. Like that could be very. Anybody could wear that.
Oh yeah, anything, anywhere. You could put it. You know what I like to do with pins? I like to put them on my backpacks or like my straps of my things sometimes, or on my hats or scarves. It's just kind of a nice little. I mean, a brooch is so useful. A little tiny one like that, you can just pop it anywhere.
I put them always like. I feel like you wear them a lot on like a coat or a jacket, and you have like 3.
Yep.
Like that size all together to make a bigger picture.
Totally. Yeah, and you can like play with a little color scheme. And then we also have this little pendant here, which is kind of a purple.
Very
really.
What is that on? Is that on a cord or?
It's like a plastic cording. Yeah, I have it coiled up, but it is adjustable, so you can like mess with that. You can make it, shorter, longer.
With the rings though also.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Cool.
Yeah, so Jillian, just a few more things that I'll say about her is that she is a wizard of her materials. She's been working with this resin, embedding this resin and other plastics and materials, building layers, carving it down, adding on top. Like she's been working at this technique for years and years, and is really quite the wizard at it. And so I really think it's unique, and you won't see anything else like it. And it's very individual to her own practice and her own research. And I'm also just so excited about these larger sculptural pieces that she's doing, because they are truly like these entire worlds that you can just get lost in. And the larger scale they become, the more interesting they become to me. I think they're just really incredible. So she's awesome. I think you'll really enjoy talking to her. Is she here? Has she joined the chat yet?
I like switch over right now, Jillian. Let's see. I have to check because I'm not good at this. Dude, how do I see that?
I don't know.
Show me.
Let's see. Jillian, are you there?
Questions. I'll be able to find them. I saw her on here. Let's see.
Internet is weird though. It might be choppy.
Okay, I'm gonna switch out and then try to add her.
Okay.
If not, back with you, and I'll try to add you, and I'll let her.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys. Wonderful to catch up. We'll tune in, and we'll also get ready for the next couple of weeks where we'll have another schedule, and we'll catch up. Okay, cool. Talk to you soon, Laura. Okay, Jillian. Ooh, yes, you are brilliant. Perfect. Thank you.
Hi.
What's up? Hey.
Did it work? I'm good. I'm here.
You're here. Yes. It's nice to see you and see
nice to see you.
So many updates and so many new pieces and in a million places. So tell me more. What's going on?
I'm just trying to channel my feelings into staying busy.
Yeah. Well, it's a good place to be. It's a good way to work out, right? But you've also been you've lined up a bunch of stuff, and I feel like you've been doing a lot of exhibitions as well during all your work.
Kind of. So. Yeah, I had lined up an exhibition of the sculptural pieces before the pandemic, and my approach to it changed a little bit because it was kind of like the only thing that I had to cling to then.
Yes.
So yeah. And I'm starting a project that I've invented to have a project that will exist online with my local collective. So it looks like I'm busy, but you know, we just do the thing where we manufacture a thing, and then we're like, oh, the thing is happening.
But that's being creative, right? Like we like make up for ourselves, and then we like, hey, get in on it with us.
Yeah, I'm just giving myself homework assignments and then grading them in public, and then being the teacher and the student at the same time while everybody watches.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I want to know where you are. What's your local collective all about? Like, what is that comprised of? I want to see work. I like your pink background too. It's super cute. Is that pink? Yeah.
Yeah, this is my studio.
Where are you then?
Yeah.
So geographically in the United States.
I'm in Iowa. I live in Iowa City, so like not exactly not the belly button of the country, but like where the superfluous nipple would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I know what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my studio's in my basement.
Des Moines, but never Iowa City. How's that?
Well, I'm in Iowa City, but Des Moines is what people know.
3 hours away? It's not that
2
hours.
Yeah, 2 hours away. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what did they say? Okay, if you guys have questions, yes.
They're saying it's clean because I cleaned like over here. This area is clean, but my head is hiding what's happening here.
There's a bike over here.
It's not clean, Sam. It's really not.
Wait, so okay, show me your studio. Like what? Like, can we see?
Yeah, here. I'll take you out of my no shaky hands mount for a second, and I'm just gonna turn this around. This is the table.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, I want to see everything. There's so many materials happening. Ooh.
There's a lot of stuff happening. This is where the goo stuff is happening. There's a lot of storage of other parts and things.
Yes.
This is the baldacchino that's over my head.
Wait, what is that? Are there like pipes?
It's an installation I did when I was in grad school, and
yes, it's intentional. Yes.
And then there's another table of more things over here.
Everything. Okay. Wait, goo seems super technical. Is that something you've pointed?
Oh, sorry. Did you say goo? I'm gonna put you back in my shaky hand mount first.
Okay. I posted video drippy, but I don't totally understand what all that means.
So every time you see like a really shiny clear on my work, that is a really slow cure epoxy resin that I've worked with for a long time, and I think a lot of people associate resin with casting, but the way I work with it is very slowly building it up over surfaces, sometimes adding materials to kind of create depth. But then I work with a whole other resin that's opaque. So goo is a way that I can avoid listing all the things that are actually in a piece and making people's eyes glaze over.
There's multiple types of gooey type things that are layered up, but also structures. I remember we've talked about this as you sometimes will build like metal structures in like for your rings. Like for example, if you were to give us a mini tutorial in 10 seconds, what's in a ring?
8-gauge brass that I form into the band, soldered onto rectangular kind of like stock, also in brass, that I file and then fit onto that. And then I make a polymer unit for like whatever the top thing is that gets pressed onto that rectangular piece, cured. Then that gets attached with an epoxy, and then the whole thing gets primed, and then the whole thing gets painted, and then I start doing goo and painting and other things.
Cool. So that's just like the structure. So Oh, I'm excited. Can you show us some like smaller pieces, and then maybe I want to see some of these bigger pieces that Laura alluded to that you've been doing?
Yeah, I will say most of my finished stuff is upstairs, but I have a lot of in-process stuff down here.
Oh, in process. Yeah.
Let me give you a second.
What's up? What's up? What's up? If you have questions, pop them in. Hi. Love that you have a pink wall.
So for like the smaller ones, this isn't a ring, but this is what I've been doing with a lot of the rings.
Ooh.
Oh, if I...
Yeah, totally. Very like gentle tone. I feel royal.
Yeah. So this is actually an acrylic gem that they sell commercially to put in fish aquariums. And then I'm smushing those into polymer clay.
Love it.
But then this has like quite a lot of layers of resin. I wish I could make a sweet focus spot, but there's a lot happening to my camera. My cat's actually scratched my phone protector, and now it's giving me kind of dreamy, like soft core, faded out things. But this would be like a small brooch.
Ooh, yes. Ooh.
And then I have some pieces that are like this odd material. Inside is a fake Christmas tree. And so the fake Christmas tree piece got layered and layered and layered, first with composite to make it strong, and then clear resin, and then this, hold on. I have this crushed plastic crystal. So I have a ton of this stuff. They used to sell it in the 70s, and they told people to make fake stained glass in their oven, which you should not do, because you shouldn't melt plastic in your food oven.
Oh, yes, fun. Okay.
But then there's like layering of it in the piece that makes like the funky texture. And then I cut it in half and added micro beads and other things.
So kind of.
I wonder if I do something here. Actually, hold on.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a trick.
Do it.
If I do this.
Different color. Ooh. Okay. How cool. Ooh, the micro beads. Yes, I can see that way better now. Okay. Ooh, the color. Ooh. I mean, 90s though. Okay, I've done that in the 70s. Yes. Okay. Okay.
I'll go back and this is this is like what the little gemmy friends look like.
Okay, so the gem. Explain. We'll just go back really quick because this was a commercial gem that you put in there and then started. To obscure.
So they sell these for fish aquariums. But if you put it in the clear, it sort of softens it and is like a sucked on candy.
Yes, it looks like a ring pop. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. And then there's paint and micro beads and other things in there with it.
The micro beads you can see. Okay, is that in the gold part, right?
Yeah, behind the gold part, and the gold part is paint.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And then I'll do this again. There are some bigger pieces on my table here that I'm still figuring out. Like, I don't know.
Out, everybody. Okay.
I don't know what this one does yet. Like, when they're not done, they're just kind of it's something. I don't know what it is yet.
Okay, that lavender color with the yellow and that tint of orange is gorgeous.
Thank you. And then this baby is also waiting. Like, they kind of wait until I figure out what their next bid is. And I have my old chorus line of parts.
Yes, how big is that one? Okay, go back to that yellow one with the gold. We look at that gold part? How'd you get that texture?
That is a Beanie Baby filling with paint, and then it's been sanded a bit. But But the pink and the yellow is the composite resin that I use. And the color is actually in the composite, and then it's sanded to expose the different colors.
Whoa, I love this combo. I also like that color yellow. I like these kind of, it feels soft. A little soft, right?
I don't know what, I see the yellow one with the green pokies. I don't know what the yellow one with the green pokies is. I'm just all of the finished stuff is upstairs, so I'm just showing you close-ups of things that are already happening down here. This was a plastic corn, and I put aqua resin on it and then cut it open, and then I put more resin and microbeads and pigment inside.
What?
So yeah.
Explain what happens when you put microbeads in, and then how do you do that? How do you apply it? Is it
so? So the interior of this, first I had to pull out the plastic corn that was inside of it. Okay. I know.
That's there.
Yeah, step one.
Okay, and then now you're going back in and
Yep.
Okay.
And so inside, I put a layer of epoxy that had that kind of bluish iridescent pigment. And when it was soft, I put the microbeads inside and then rolled them around. So they completely filled it in. And then I put the powder pigment back in so that it kind of like sticks to the high spots.
Ooh, it's like almost like mica or something, or like open.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of clear resin on top of that to make it like smooth on this one. Sometimes I leave it matte. But now the problem is I don't know, like, is this a pendant and something goes in it, or is this a friend for a big wall piece, or I don't know. I used to sketch more, but I'm doing more like a hot lava approach lately.
Okay, also hot lava approach definition.
Like I'm just down here in a white hot panic. Just making stuff, putting the shapes together, trying to keep my hands busy while I'm listening to the news, and just like
turn the news off. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I am totally making like so many weird things. Cool.
Yeah. I'm getting freaked out and stressed while I'm like, make it shiny or put glue on it, get that corn. And then that's what happens.
No, I like the corn. Okay. Where so many questions. Where did this Christmas tree corn, when did you start doing objects like this? How did they get incorporated as?
For a long time, I used the composite resin on foam, and those started really deliberate, like carving foam shapes and having a lot of control. And then I realized I could have less control because a lot of things are made of foam and plastic that is not durable enough for jewelry. But when I put my composite on it and it cures, it's like really strong. So I started finding things at thrift stores, and the Christmas trees actually came from doubling back to our collective. We did this volunteer shift at an event called Rummage in the Ramp, where the city tries to do this big like pop-up thrift store of things that would go to the landfill. And
cool.
And then our nonprofit gets money, but our group always did the last cleanup day because we were the art group, and then we would scavenge for things that were otherwise going to, like the last call stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Wait, okay, tell me a bit about your collective. We like touched on that earlier. You have some like plans coming up for the fall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been really hard for us to not be able to get together. It sucks. Our collective is called Blue Stockings, and we have Zoom meetings, but they're more like we kind of are like having proof of life sessions. And And so, we can't have shows, can't do a lot of the things that we want to do. And so we're starting there's so many art challenges on Instagram, and I just thought we'll just make one for ourselves and try and, by doing it together, maybe we'll be more likely to hold to it. But inviting other people tends to give things legs. So you make one piece a week. No matter what, you got to share it, whether you love it or hate it, or it's a failure or whatever. And on a weekly basis, there'll be a little prompt to help if you need help. Some people like a prompt. Some people like to fight a prompt. Some people don't want it at all. But it's kind of there as a security thing, no matter what you do with it. And the hope is that it just gives us a reason to be in the studio, because it's really hard right now. Or it's really hard to focus. Like I find myself spending time in the studio, but kind of working like a wild Muppet. And so having a project with some parameters is helpful. So that's where I'm giving myself homework assignments comes in.
I love that. So what are some of the pieces that you've made that have come out of this? Or do you have some available? Are some of these
I just started it. I actually but because I am a control freak, I secretly have been practicing. So I
have some completion of things. Ooh.
So this isn't complete, but this is a practice. And it's all polymer clay over foil.
Oh, the foil. Okay.
And
did you paint
so it has a little friend that doesn't live on it yet. But it's just all and I'm not a polymer clay wizard by any means. I'm kind of learning as I go because I usually hide it. So it's got a few polymer clay techniques that I'm blending through.
I love it.
And then I also got this polymer clay noodle maker, and I'm putting resin on that to see what that does.
Okay. Love these colors. That fuchsia looks like a.
But I don't know what they are yet. But they're just all experiments. Here's more Christmas tree parts.
Ooh.
And then this is some more polymer clay parts. But I also have a ton of fake fruit where I'm just putting surfaces on fake fruit really quick.
Love it. I love it.
And so
just real quick, okay. Wait, so tell me, what does samples that you use maybe also to help you test each material as you get them, right?
For sure. So there are tests, color tests or tests of layerings, but then my studio is so full of Frankenstein parts that sort of even though we just started this weekly project, it's if I get in a pinch, I can just tie 5 Frankenstein parts together and be look, this is what happened. It's still finished and new. You still made a new thing.
A lot of things in a new way. I feel like there's something about that right now. That's I'm trying to do that. Look at things in a new way.
Yeah. Yeah, because what else is there to do?
Eyes. Yeah. Also fiddle with things, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to do exactly. That's cheap.
Yeah.
LOL. Well, sometimes but it's still, I really think going back, no, I really don't think it's cheating. I think being able to go back to pieces years later and adding to them, just adjusting them that little bit or changing them completely, there's something, there's a lesson, it's harder than starting from new.
And I get that Francesca's teasing me because I just said you have to make a new piece start to finish in a week, and it's my assignment, and I'm saying, except I might not. Or maybe I will. I don't know what I'll do. Who knows what I'll do with the thing I told myself to do. And yes, I have cut things in half after I added layers. That one that I showed before, this little baby, this was cut in half after.
Oh, and then you did another layer to kind of like seal it.
Yeah, and somewhere in upstairs I have some other ones. There's one on my web store that looks kind of like lungs that were cut in half, really like very clearly bisected to show the inside. Um, Francesca's laughing. I did. I have already started the project that I launched, that I told people to do, that I told myself I was doing because someone told me to do, and I'm the someone who told me to do it. And I secretly started ahead of time to practice.
Wait, okay, but who's doing it with you? Who did you like rope into this with you?
So there are other members of my collective locally who are all, it's a collective for the quickest way to say it is it's a collective for non-cisgendered dudes. So if you are a woman, if you are non-binary, if you are a trans man, these are the people who are welcome to our collective. And you know, anybody who falls under that marginalized gender umbrella. And some have day jobs, some have kids and have a lot on their plate. And so
Oh my God, right.
the collective is really ultimately about all of us giving each other homework assignments to make work. And it's really hard to do that now without having shows. So this was the alternative. I do think there's something interesting happening where people are consuming art so much on Instagram, even more than they already were, because the people who would be going to gallery shows and museums are also struggling and missing that component of their life. So, you know, doing this, that's my partner making jokes. Doing a project where it's for us and it's for other people too. You know, like the sort of performative sport of making is something that I think is also really interesting and helpful for people.
Oh, I think so. I think it's cathartic. It's like, it's therapy. Also,
yeah.
I need it for me. Obviously, I do it all the time. But I think we do need it. We're not going out to gallery shows. We don't have social interaction at all, period. This is the weirdest thing ever. Wait, so
yeah.
You guys are doing Zoom things. Are you doing some kind of, with this practice, are you going to be doing anything online or virtual? Any component?
Yeah. So the What a Week challenge is kind of housed on our Instagram, which is Icy Blue Stockings.
Okay.
And I'll be posting about it as I do it. So people who do it with us, you know, if you tag us, we'll see it. You can not tag us if you don't want to. You can do whatever you want because we all make our own rules.
Well, of course. I love.
I'll put the Instagram in the comments and we can tag to it.
Very much, please. Yes. Ditto, Francesca. I know. I like it. Oh, I love. Oh, thank you. That's super cute. Awesome. So are the other makers also jewelry or just different media, everything?
There are, you know, there's a jewelry component because we have a university program here. So like Satomi Kawai, who's my friend from grad school, is in it. But then we have totally self-taught people. We have, you know, artists that just lived in the community and wanted to be part of the group. We have, you know, people who do painting or drawing or collage or, you know, a lot of mixed media people. It's an interesting range of processes. And then we do a lot of things partnered with Gilded Pear Gallery in Cedar Rapids, which is the gallery that showed all my sculptural pieces. And they're really great. And then there's a ceramic center in Cedar Rapids that we have people coming from that. So, you know, that's another place where people are outside of like the academy setting, but learning to make things. It's interesting doing this in a college town because it seems like there are a lot of folks who, because there's a university with an art program, a lot of the art events are geared towards that. And then we have a separate art establishment called PS1 here, but PS1 is more outward facing towards the community. It has exhibitions and different events that serve the community. And so our collective became about serving ourselves as artists to just like be motivated to do stuff. And it is a little more, not exactly business forward, but professional forward in terms of trying to make exhibitions and do professional development together.
That's great. That's like, I think that's great about a college town. Have you been really affected with colleges being affected with the pandemic? People are not.
Oh yeah, we made the New York Times shit list of cities that are doing it wrong, because all the students came back, and like all the university towns, the universities wanted that sweet tuition money, and they gave their students 3 little masks and then told them to be careful, and you know, didn't go so good.
Dang, you guys. Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear. Like, I don't know. I don't like to. I want people to be safe, but you do want a lot. It's, I don't know. Colleges, maybe they could not open because people are partying too much, but
Given that they're doing like most of their operations online, and they could do them all online, or not effectively, I know it's been a struggle, but they had a choice, and they brought the students back to campus, but then they're mostly doing school online. But it's not like they're not going to get together, you know? They just have more free time, and they're more isolated, so they're more likely to want to get together.
And you know you're going to want to do stupid. But anyways, like, yay. Fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we go, I want to see a couple more pieces. I want to hear a little bit more about process. I want to see fun stuff. It sounds like.
Well, how about we could go on a field trip upstairs, okay, and I'll show you some finished stuff. Okay. So it's gonna be more wiggly, okay, and I'm gonna have to chase some cats out of the way.
Project it.
Scoop. I'm hoping that my Wi-Fi behaves up here. We'll see.
Oh, the amazing sense of color. I know you are like a living work of color. Well, every time I've known you, like you're the clothes, right?
I like colors. I prefer colors.
Yeah.
I'm happier when there's colors.
Ooh. Ooh. Yes, show us.
So these are a bunch of brooches with the little gemmy friends in them. These are all on my web store.
Yeah.
This is like this really great wild glitter.
Ooh.
That just goes nuts under the resin.
Oh, I love the glitter. There's bedding so many interesting materials, and it all gets zoomed into the resin from just one monochromatic. Oh, mono something.
I got a bunch of glitter from a very kind friend on Instagram, and I cannot find her again, but she just randomly mailed me this box of glitter and was like, I think you need this.
Instagram friend.
Yeah. Oh. Here, and then I have like so many bins of rings. You were talking about all the rings that I do, and I just really like rings. I don't.
Example on the oh, okay. Back to that one on the top you just had on. Well, like on the back of that, how did you get that? Is that the micro beads underneath on that yellow, or did you paint that?
So there's actually clear acrylic crystals, and you almost see like the negative space of where the pigmented epoxy got pressed in by them, but then there was paint under that shows through, so it was painted pink, and so where it touched a little bit, some pink came through, and then the micro beads were on top, and they crept around it and kind of show through in some places.
The micro beads are in the more turquoisey color, right?
Yeah. And then they're behind the pink gems, so you get this like reflection.
Okay, like so many shapes do. Okay, Laura also alluded to this. Just quickly, sense of, and you do. Oh, I love. It does feel like eating candy, but they feel like food / anthropomorphized body parts. Ooh, what?
Yeah.
What is?
This one has there's this acrylic optical lens. I found a few of these, and so there's like a bubble behind it. I was trying to actually make more of a void, and it got stuck. but I like it. It reminds me of like those quartz crystals that trap water or air. It kind of emulates that in a funny way.
This one feels like a huge mood ring / super beautiful, or like extra big cabochon.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Laura's sad that it isn't her size. I'm sorry, Laura.
Pretty.
I have to do. These are funny because they like I haven't had time to do a better shot of them, but they sit kind of this way, and they're balsa wood. That's another thing I played with.
Ooh, so nice.
So these huge earrings are like nothing because they're balsa.
That's pretty.
I feel like I'm really just blasting you with showing you stuff while you react, and it's really fun, Megan.
Okay, I like that. Tell me about this. Oh, okay. Well, I like it.
I mean, I feel like I might be going at like an over-caffeinated clip, just like, look, no one's come over to play in a while.
But I want to see. Tell me about this shape. They feel like a magic lamp. Okay.
So like, this is a good example where another color inside changes it. The little gemmy shape, those acrylic fish tank gems, is yellow, but it's in a red polymer.
Ooh,
so you
optical.
Yeah, but then the exterior is all hidden, so you only really see it in these kind of funny flashes. Let's see who else is here. I have so many. I have so many rings. I'm sorry.
No, I do. Playing with rings, I'm like, ooh, like Scrooge McDuck. This coins.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Mm.
I like the green. Yeah, I found. Ooh. I got into this crushed acrylic surface, and then I just couldn't stop trying different layers, and different combos.
Ooh.
I still can't.
It almost looks like, hey, do people ask you, what is this material? People ask you if it's glass. I'm sure it's glass, right?
Oh yeah, it's the bane of my existence.
Well,
because the problem is it stops them from trusting that the pieces are durable. So like, if somebody decides it's glass before I get to talk to them, then they think that I've made something super fragile and they're scared of it. And the resin is actually for protecting tabletops and is really strong.
Oh, yeah.
But once people get a thought in their head, it's really hard to change that. So I'll just grab one big one that I have around, and
also
it's
the wall pieces, brooches, like the Laura. Have you been doing these pendants that almost feel like a sculpture they would put on the wall?
Yeah, I have some of those around. I have to decide who I can take out. Let's see who I can dig out here. This one's the easiest to grab. I have a little storage place where they all hide. So I'm gonna hold this in a weird way because there's a good light here, but this one is the composite material. And then there's like little polymer friends and a cord. But whenever it's been exhibited, let's try over here. It's just been like an organ kind of hanging on the wall.
It does look like an organ.
Yeah.
Like the cord color is so good with that.
And then this is like another of the little broachy wall friends.
Ooh. What's in that? They look like cherries.
So really, I'll zoom in close. These are polymer clay.
Ooh. Oh.
And they had resin put on them. But this main form is carved foam, and then with that composite layered, sanded, and then clear resin, like many, many, many layers of clear resin on top of that, and then a little metal back bit.
The square ones, I could see someone getting a bunch of them and putting them together like little paintings, almost like.
I sure hope they do that. That'd be great.
You could put it on the wall and take a picture like that, so people know how to buy it that way.
Well, when they've been exhibited, I do try and have them on the wall and kind of close together. This is another little broachy wall friend.
Yeah, show us the back. Yeah, you're right, Laura. The backing is. How do you get the color on the back? Is that powder coated?
I wish I had room for powder coating setup. It's actually primed and then spray painted. Powder coating would probably be nicer.
It looks good though.
Yeah. And so it has a stainless steel, pin.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too fancy, but this is fabricated and it has anchors that go in to the piece. But because they're foam, even though they're big with that double stem, you can totally wear these giant things. And I do like the idea of having this as like an art object on the wall and then just taking it down and putting it on.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I really feel like they would. I totally see them all together, speaking to each other. Yes, I love the idea. This is like my dream, like having like a square of them and then having to be able to take one and put it on.
Yeah. And so they're why I did the bigger ones, but the bigger ones that are done are all at Gilded Pear.
Cool.
And then I've also been doing these like accretions of small parts from my Frankenstein pile. I feel like I probably am working in so many different directions that it stresses people out, but I like it. I'm going to dig out another one here. I'm going to dig out a big, big one.
Ooh, it's huge. I love it. Looks drippy.
So it's pretty big. It has these same little funny bumps that brooch had. They're actually game pieces that I found at a thrift store and then have put layers of paint and things onto them.
There's like acupressure tool or something too. Something.
It's inadvertently turned into an acupressure tool.
Something.
At like one fair, it was kind of like a 50-50 split of people who saw it as a cut of meat or a shower head, and I thought that was a sign of success. And this almost wood grain is again the composite with different colors put into it and then sanded, and then the clear put over the top.
I like seeing that up close. It seemed like more distinct, the marbling almost in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then these different cord materials that I like. I don't know if I can get it to cooperate and focus without kind of putting my hand behind it.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, but so it's a real whopper. I mean, when you wear it, it's like either yeah, it's gonna hang down pretty far too because the cord is really long.
Also, yeah, I would wear it shorter for me, but maybe I would wear it long too. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, but it's like you could put all your colors on, and this would make sense, or you could do all black and have this be like the wildest thing that you have on, and that would be really fun.
All black with just a ton of like. I love red and hot pink, but only for my jewelry. Okay, we need to go back to Laura to say goodbye.
Okay.
We chatted for like it was like 1 minute. Okay, it really was so nice to see everything and to see the rings and your super colorful studio. Thank you so much. Ooh.
Thank you for letting us do this, Megan. It's really nice.
This is fun. It's really fun to see you and catch up, and I wish I could like virtually try on some pieces. And I'm excited to see what is coming up next with some of your like homework.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, follow along.
Virtual hugs. Till next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye, babes.
Bye.
I'm coming for you. let's see here. Okay, put it on. Dang it, we need to try some. We did not try enough stuff on. Sorry,
Hi.
how out of practice are we? But we did touch, like, I feel like we got a really nice look at the ring.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, her studio is just my dream world. And honestly, like, I live to collect Jillian's work. It's so
Feels good. I have to say,
cool.
well, and I know why they're popular, because they feel they feel smooth. Like,
They're very, and honestly, they really are smooth. And also, like, they're a top heavy ring, but they're not gonna, like, you can go a size up. Like, you don't have to have your ring size for her rings to work, because they really do sit nicely on top. And I just love them. I mean, if you're gonna be at a social gathering or giving a talk or in a place where you talk with your hands, I mean, you need one of these.
I really must say, I really like your little couch behind you. I feel we're in, like,
I tried to make it a little swanky, even though I don't have my typical setup. I tried to make it very Jillian-centric.
Plushy, but then you're right. The ring pop, with these new gems she's using and embedding. Jillian, gorgeous.
Yeah. I was just thinking, as she was, like, walking through her studio and picking up all of the different materials, and kind of, you could, like, kind of see the perimeter of the room. And I'm just thinking, in 100 years, you know, like, this work is going to pop up and people are going to be like, who was this person who made this work? I mean, it's going to be valuable forever, because people are going to be finding it in our way futures, being like, this person was brilliant. Taking all these crazy things from our material culture and just, like, adding on to them in such a way that preserves them but makes them new as well. I just think it's really remarkable.
Jillian, I also, like, super love the fruit and the idea of, like, still lifes, and I don't know, I was thinking, and the Christmas tree. Yeah, it's super fun to see. Not about embedding all of the different materials inside. I don't know. You know, you learn something new every day.
It's really amazing. And I've actually, very rarely have I ever seen you speechless. And I love that you were like, what? This is crazy.
Christmas tree cord?
Right? Christmas tree, glitter, polymer, it's all there. And it's so crazy, because all of these separate materials are all coming together in such a consistent way. Even though the colors are all really wild and all over the place, they all come together in such a really consistent way that it sort of ties together. So she can go in all these different directions. Like she said, she's kind of got a few bodies of work that come over here, sculptural, you know, she's patching things together. But I still think it's very consistent and, like, unique and true to her voice in a cool way.
Even though you're, like, Jillian, it's really nice to see from, like incorporating more and more materials, which changes things up, but it still feels consistent. You're right, consistent aesthetically. And, yeah. Like, it's fun to see all the, like also the inspiration things. I still think Christmas tree is so funny.
Love that. And I love those little aquarium bits that she,
I'm really loving these. Really feel edible. The ring feels great. Yeah.
So good.
What else do you have from her? You have mostly jewelry.
Mostly jewelry, and these are the only pieces that we have in-house at the moment. Everything else is at the Baltimore Jewelry Center that Jewelry Edition has in stock. Or, you know, if you want to check out an even larger collection, you know, her website, first of all, her website is fun to just go through and visit. It's just like her studio, lots of color, really exciting. It's fun to just cruise it. So, you know, check that out. But yeah, and we'll probably have even more stuff coming in too, because we do have a couple more pop-ups to do this year.
Tell me, like, really quick, because Are you going to be at Ombre Gallery through the end of till January, or are you doing something else?
We're going to be at Ombre through Christmas. We'll be with her. It's going to go there like end of October. I think the show will probably open in November, and it will be there through December. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you know, we're still working, you know, a lot of things got changed around this year. So we're still trying to get on board with some of the other projects that we have going on. So we're looking to do a big release of a lot of the artist interviews and a few essays that were written for Jewelry Edition by Ashley Callahan and Louisa DiCamargo. Those will be on our website later this year, but we want to make sure that we, you know, have the website built out in a shareable way so that people can really get on there and read and share if they want. So, and it'll all be free content.
Awesome. I think people will like enjoy that, especially when we have a little bit of downtime during the holidays. A little bit cooler weather, hunkered down, you know?
Yes. And then next week is Taylor Zarkadis King. And that's going to be a fun one too. And who knows where I'll be. I'm in the middle of a move, so I'm going to try to find a good place to pop up with her work too.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Okay, we're going to try a bunch of stuff on, and we're going to make a big effort to put things on our bodies.
Yes.
Guys, basically, because I forgot. Sorry, y'all. Getting back into it. And then we're also going to, we're doing a bunch of stuff. We're going to catch up with you. You're in the move. Well, we're going to have more fun stuff. Okay.
Yes. And then we have to do Kat. Kat hasn't even been on here yet, but she will be. She's going to come. You guys can have a conversation. And then we'll wrap it up with me getting to interview you and look through all your fun stuff.
Oh, so updates. You guys have been, wow. Okay.
Lots. Right? Lots of things.
Yeah, I love it. But we keep going, and I'm really excited to get to it. And we'll keep everybody updated. And this will be on the IGTV.
Well, yes, yeah, and you share it with me, and I'll put it on our events page with our others.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
God. Those are the third eye totems. Something for your everyday to ward off all this craziness.
Are these on your website right now?
No, I'm going to do a special release of those a little later.
Okay. Just be updated, everybody. And I want to say also, shout out like Artful Home. You guys did a whole thing with Artful Home, which looked really
Jewelry Edition did a pop-up with Artful Home in August, and it went really well. And I think we're going to be doing another one with them in the future, so that'll be really great. Okay.
Yeah, because that's a really nice partnership, and it's really nice. I think that's really good. Those are really beautiful.
They are awesome. They really, really, really rocked it, and made sales for our artist, and I think everybody was really happy with that. So,
oh my gosh, you guys, awesome. Okay, yay. Okay, it's really nice to catch up a little bit.
I know. Yes, I will see you. We'll do this again next Monday, and thank you for everybody for joining us.
Yeah, sounds great. Bye, Sweet Pea. Bye, guys.